Welcome back to the channel. If you've struggled to apply animations to your P5 Play games, then this is the video for you. So sit back, relax, and make your animation ambitions a reality. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is find yourself some assets. Wherever you get them from is up to you. So one option I suggest is Open Game Art, which you can just search for things. So you can search for, I don't know, ninja. Search for ninja. Click on one of these when it loads, and then you've got a sprite sheet there. You may have to edit it, but you can get some decent ones from there. Another website is this kenny.nl, which you can go to 2D assets and you can get all sorts of background characters. Yeah, I think this one's better personally. I think it's better for your levels and your backgrounds and things rather than the characters themselves, but it's up to you. Or if you want to take something commercial, like Mario for example, then you can go on the Sprite as resource, where lots of various sprite sheets are ripped from. Now you do need to be careful. If you're doing anything that's commercial, you're going to make any money, even if it's free, but it's, you know, in the real world, it's not for education purposes. You need to be very, very careful, because like this fella wants credit for this one, as well as these are Nintendo sprites. So if you don't have permission, you will get in trouble. Whereas these ones, you can usually use by just crediting the user, and this one you can just make a donation. So once you've got your sprite sheet, what you need to do is, I've already done it, so once you've shown rulers, however you do that on the application you're using, so I've got rulers here, and show grid, and click on here. Now I know that each of these squares are 25 by 25, so I can increase that gap or reduce it to how I need it. So if I go for 25, that's going to allow us to make sure that our image is all the same size and the same frame and things. So once I've done that, I've got that sorted. What I need to do now is work out my canvas size. So I need to think about each of these here, how many frames are going to be for the width. So if we know that these are 25, I know my calculation is going to be 25 times by, and then if I have a look across, so movement 1, ducking 1, running there's 3, swimming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is going to depend on your image. So 25 times 6, so 150 is going to be my width, and how many animations is going to be the height. So 1, 2, 3, I don't think we need that one, 4 for jumping, 5 for swimming. So I'm going to do File, New. My width is going to be what we said here, which is 150. And then I've completely forgotten how many of these sprites I'm going to have, these animations. So 1, 2, do we say? 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 25 times 4 is 100, so our height is going to be 100. So that is my sprite sheet now. That's the size it's going to be. I don't want to change it, don't want to trim it or anything like that. Yeah, I can get rid of the background there so I don't have to see it. And then what I can do is grab my individual sprites that I want. So I want Toadette standing. So hopefully I don't cut her feet off, because I do that a lot. So there she is. So we can just select her, and then we can move her. So now if I click on the background, it helps. And it's locked, so that's always good. I'll put it on a new layer, would be easier as well. So just want to get her dead center like that. That looks about right. I can't see any issues with that. Her feet are touching the floor. That's a good point of reference. So now go to this one. Let's get her ducking. And it doesn't matter if you take a bit too much off. As you'll see here, because as long as it's in the same position, like these are all going to go these backgrounds. So if I just move the background to the top, that what I can do is just make sure that even if it overlays a little bit, be a bit laggy, that's about right. So they're perfectly in line and look decent. Admittedly, I've just realised that that is not hair ducking. I picked up the wrong one. And what I want to know is why my computer's so laggy. So let's just grab the correct one, delete her. There we go. That's what I meant before. I thought I'd done something a bit dodgy. So this one again, I want the feet touching that line there, and the rest honestly doesn't matter. That looks like it's in line to me. So we've got standing, we've got ducking, we'll have running, we'll have swimming. So let's get the running sprites in. So let's just cut them out. Make sure we can see. That looks good. And then lastly, let's get the swimming animation. It does get harder the more animations you've got. It's annoying, if anything, because you've got to make sure everything fits perfectly, as you'll probably see in a bit. So there we go. And then let's just get that one. So that looks spot on. Now what I normally do at this point is to make sure the middle, so I see that I don't think they're perfectly in the middle, but I don't think they're far off. Now I find it easier to just flatten the image now, and then just get the magic wand, delete all the white, and delete all these blue bits that we don't want. Now I'm going to leave the ones under our arms, mainly due to laziness, but what I like is that we can get all the blues as one big image rather than clicking each individual layer. And then we'll just have to get rid of, I think what we're going to do as well is just put a layer there, and we'll just put a black background on just so I can see that text. There we go. Now I can just magic wand that out really quickly. Like that. Sorry, this part's a little bit boring. And then if I really want to, bother, I can get rid of these like blue bits in here, but I'll do these ones, but I'm not really going to worry. So that's our sprite sheet sorted. It's about spot on. Looks like it cuts off a tiny bit, but I think we're absolutely fine. So I can delete that, and then I can download that, and that's the first part sorted. So now we need to download it. So export PNG, call it, I'm just going to call it image because it's easier, 150 by 100, great. I can now take this and import it into my thing, and then I'm just going to have to load that in. So function preload, and then image equals load image, and then I'll just call it image.png, and this is the horrible faffy bit now. So now, easiest thing to do, I've got it here somewhere, is go onto the P5 Play website and go to their animation section, and then what you can do is you can just take this code here, just like that, copy that. I don't know why it's been so laggy today, but it is. Set it off, and then put that in there, and just replace player with, or hero with player. Once we've got that sorted, we can say player.spritesheet equals image, and then for now we can just run that there. It's not going to look great. You see, it's on there. We can see it's got the thing. It's loaded properly, but now it's looking weird because it's got all these different things that we don't have in our image. So we've got standing, which is row 0. So we'll do stand row 0. We can go running is row 0, 1, 2. So running row 2, and there's 3 frames. So 2 frames 3. Then stand, let's just move that so it's in order, so 0. Then what have we got next? Is that ducking? So then we can just take this one, which will be duck, or crouch, whatever you want to call it, and that's just row 1, because there's only one image there. And then we've got 3, which is swimming. So 3 frames 6, and then we can just take this one out. So we've got standing, ducking, running, and swimming. So I run that now. It's flashing again because we don't have the width and height set. So now it needs to be what we set. So player.w equals 25, player.h equals 25, and looks like we're slightly off. I could do to the picture, but that's now animating. Let's try swimming, because that's the hardest one. Swimming's perfect. I like that. And then let's just find duck. That looks spot on. And then stand. Looks perfect as well. So it is just, by the looks of it, that top little clip. Again, I think even that animation's fine. It's just clipping this one here. Now, is that partly down to? Is it because of that? Should that be slightly higher? Will that solve the problem? I'm not sure. What we can do is see if it's any better. So we'll just say image 2. Go find that in downloads. Save and save that. Nope. Let's just try it. That looks good. Let's try swim. I'm hoping it's really going to work, because I'm still slightly from the swim, which is the running. So it all just needs to shift up slightly by the looks of things. So I just do the same thing there. Literally moving it by one teeny tiny bit. And then I suppose for good measure I should do the same for this one. And this one, and I'm really hoping this doesn't mess up the whole thing. So let's just try one last time. Exports PNG, let's just call it image 2 again. As I was keeping the copies just in case we need to go back to them. Obviously you delete these out of them when you're done. So image 2. That looks really good. Let's try run, because that was also dodgy. Perfect. Stand. And lastly, duck. So that's all working. That is perfect. So the next thing we're going to have to do is I'm just going to show you how to apply these in your game then. So what I'm going to do is image 2 is absolutely fine, so we'll just get rid of these ones. They say it's a long process, it's really annoying, but once you've got your sprite sorted, you're not going to have to worry about it, because it's done. There's a bit of hard work at the start, but also you've got to think about as well that once you've got a template for your image, you can just use it as a template. You can draw over your first one and put your enemies in, your bad guys, your pickups, and anything else you want animated once it's done. But I think definitely working out the size of the picture or scaling, using the transform tool to make it the size you want, and then create a blank canvas and copying from is a lot better. So we're just going to say movement, and then function movement. This is how I program games and things. I think about what functions I need and then bang them in. So I'm just going to do if KB. I'm just going to do like left and right movement. I think if KB dot pressing A, not AS, then I'm going to say player dot change Annie to run, and then I'm going to do player dot mirror dot x equals true, because obviously I want to flip the image. Do else if KB dot pressing. I'm just going to scroll it down a bit for you. If I'm pressing D, then player dot mirror dot x equals false, and then I'll still keep this in there, because you might not obviously you might be going through the swimming animation, you need to switch back to running, and then I think I'm just going to do if KB dot pressing space. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the animation to swimming. I think that makes more sense. I'm just going to change to swimming for now, just because it'll be easier. So let's try that. I'm not actually going to make it move or anything like that. Oh, I've got a little error. I probably just missed something off there because I've missed that bracket off. There we go. So so pressing A, pressing D, pressing space. So that's my animations changing. Obviously I can then put in velocities and things like that. What I like actually, because I'm holding space and I'm pressing left and right, it's changed my animation, it's changing the mirror.x, but it's not actually changing to running. So do that, which is quite good. An unexpected little change there. Now obviously if your animations are a bit slow, you want a bit faster, you can change this frame delay to 0 and it should run a lot faster. And I've done it at 0, so we'll see how quick that is. Let's just change it to, there we go. So it's like sprinting, swim really quickly, or you can make it really slow by changing that frame delay to 16. So I'll just do that again, so that was really slow. So that's pretty much the basics. Now what you may want to do is, if you've got like, you want to queue up animations, so when you let go of something it doesn't instantly change, that's a little bit more difficult, so I'll do that in another video, but I think just for your basics, for your moving and things, is absolutely fine. Please like and subscribe. Please look at my other videos. I've got plenty of examples. I'm going to redo a few of the games, like I've just done Tower Defense again. I'd like to do an RTS game. I'd like to improve my combat game as well. I'd like to make like an open world game. So there's a few coming in the pipeline, but something little just to tide you over. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.